begin, I would like to propose a question. What are Americans known for? Ask an American and you might hear a response similar to, Americans are known for our progressive society, or Americans are known for our technological advancements. Ask a foreigner, on the other hand, and you might hear something more along the lines of, Americans are known for being fat. Why is it that with all the strides we've made into creating a great society that we get to live in every day, have we not been able to control something as simple as our weight? At the moment, not only is over 1/3 of the American population categorized as obese or overweight, but as of 2000, obesity and its related diseases are the second leading cause of death among the American population. So yes, the stereotype of Americans as a fat and lazy population is all fun and games, but as the obesity epidemic continues to take a toll on the people of this country, it is apparent that some form of action needs to be taken towards addressing it. I will admit that at an earlier time in my life, I would suggest that those who were considered overweight or obese must take some form of initiative or put an ounce of effort into their diet or getting enough exercise, and then seemingly like magic, the obesity epidemic would be solved. But this couldn't be further from the truth. In actuality, more Americans than ever are taking their leisure time and hitting the gym, focusing on getting fit. Yet, the obesity rate in America continues to skyrocket. No, it is not the fault of your fat family uncle or your overweight little cousin simply not putting enough effort into a healthy diet, but an environment surrounding them that has been tailored to assuring that it is nearly impossible to do so without a conscious effort. The truth being, the cause of the expanding waistlines of the American public is simply that the economic foundation of the agricultural industry, an industry that is responsible for providing the food products that most Americans are exposed to on a daily basis, has no regard for public health. Imagine this scenario. You consider yourself a healthy adult with no problem of keeping their weight at a healthy level throughout their whole life. But as the years creep on, so does the number on the scale. Your family has noticed the weight gain, and your doctor has even given you a lecture over a healthy diet and keeping your weight down. So you decide to start eating healthier. You head over to the grocery store and decide, why don't I get a loaf of multigrain bread? That's healthy, isn't it? What consumers don't know about consuming these products that are marketed as health food products is that with each bite contains a serving of added sugars, refined carbs, and most importantly, high fructose corn syrup. We all know the negative health implications of high fructose corn syrup. So why does it remain such a prevalent feature of the standard American diet? Corn, in fact, is one of the most highly subsidized crops by the agricultural industry, a choice originally made to assure that the American public would have regular access to relatively low-priced foods, but a choice that has resulted in empty, non-satiating calories available in many food products and a great contributor to the obesity epidemic. When the government decides to aid or subsidize a certain crop, they do assure that the population that is considered less financially stable has access to relatively low food products. However, they also make it so that these nutritionally empty food products are available in nearly every form of processed food. Someone like the hypothetical American trying to get healthy I proposed earlier believes that they are making the correct food choices towards bettering their health, when in reality, they are delving further and further into the obesity problem. Of course, one could always opt for the organic and unrefined food products. However, the problem with this strategy is price. Without the aid of government subsidies, fresh fruits, vegetables, and organic ingredients that could provide the American public with a healthy, balanced diet are significantly more expensive. For the 15 to 20% of Americans that currently reside below the poverty line, opting for these high-priced health food products is something that is simply economically not feasible. So when 1/3 of the population is already contributing to the obesity epidemic, and another nearly 20% must settle for these nutritionally empty food products, what can be done? A change in the entire agricultural industry is far from likely. Therefore, I propose a more simplistic approach to addressing the obesity epidemic. Education. Not educating Americans that America is fat and that one day they too will be fat, but education in the sense that there must be systems in place to make the general public more knowledgeable about the effects that the foods they put in their bodies can have. We must change diet culture from one focused on hours of exercise and shaming people who are overweight and obese to one that encourages health through diet. We must implement the knowledge of a whole foods, plant-based diet, a diet that has not only been associated with lowering the risk of heart-related diseases, but the only diet with a population that averages out to a healthy BMI. We must implement this knowledge into schools, into doctors' offices, workplaces, and most importantly, home. Anywhere to normalize the concept of diet as a solution to obesity. It is education that brings change not only to the individual, but to the communities and culture that the individual creates. And it is education that America needs in making great leaps in a positive direction towards addressing the obesity epidemic. Thank you.